supersonic nightmare in Summerlin, the nonstop 24/7 aviation battleground holding neighbors hostage in Summerlin and Las Vegas.
Me and my neighbors are trapped in the noise corridor from hell. The 24/7 aviation war zone destroying Summerlin residential. For 17 years, our beautiful neighborhood was a sanctuary of peace. That peace was violently shattered 1 year ago. In a single bureaucratic stroke, the Clark County Department of Aviation and the FAA weaponized our skies, designating our quiet residential community as a low-altitude noise corridor for the North Las Vegas airport. For 13 agonizing months, we have been held hostage on the ground. Day in and day out, without a single moment of relief, a relentless barrage of low-flying aircraft plummets over our homes that seem to get worse every day. Rogue operators shamelessly exploit regulatory loopholes, reaping corporate profits while inflicting severe psychological trauma on a vulnerable population. There is no break. There is no mitigation. There is no noise ordinance to save us. Every time we attempt to fight back against these abusive airport authorities, the skies grow meaner, meting out what feels like hostile, retaliatory flight patterns designed to break our resolve and deny us our basic human right to sleep. Our community is being relentlessly hammered into submission by thousands of low, deafening aircraft, reckless flight schools, and hobby pilots from KVGT. At the center of this aerial assault are two predatory forces, Blue Air Training Corps and Sky Combat Ace. Together, their overlapping flight schedules have transformed our neighborhood into a nonstop, hostile battleground. 7 days a week, 6 times a day, Blue Air Training executes military-style aerial raids using old Romanian IR-23 aircraft. They deliberately invade our designated quiet hours, striking as early as 4 a.m. and terrorizing the neighborhood until midnight. These flights push aircraft mechanics to a terrifying extreme. When the tips of an airplane propeller reach Mach 1, they break the sound barrier. This creates violent shock waves, massive aerodynamic drag, and an ear-splitting, thunderous drone. While aerospace engineers strictly design propellers to remain subsonic below Mach 0.9 to prevent severe material fatigue and thrust loss, these operations bypass safety margins entirely, unleashing a continuous stream of mini-sonic booms directly over our rooftops. The moment their late night and early morning raids pause, Sky Combat Ace immediately seizes the airspace. From 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., their E-300 stunt planes scream through the sky, running endless, agonizing loops. This brutal, overlapping coverage ensures that the sky above our heads never clears. We are trapped in an inescapable war zone. The human toll of this systemic corruption is absolutely devastating. As a single mother fighting to protect a special needs child and caring for an elderly father, I watch my family deteriorate from profound sleep deprivation. The constant, crushing noise denies us even 3 hours of continuous sleep a night. This level of relentless physiological noise, stress, and forced sleep deprivation directly echoes psychological warfare tactics banned by the Geneva Convention and violates the United Nations Convention Against Torture. To force a dense community, one already pummeled by critical late afternoon and nighttime Summerlin hospital emergency traffic, to bear the brutal brunt of commercial stunt loops is a grotesque violation of human rights. Even historically enslaved populations were granted 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep. A basic biological necessity stripped away from us by the greed of the Aviation Department and the FAA. Every single morning, exhausted, broken residents drag themselves out of bed to work and pay exorbitant taxes to a corrupt bureaucratic system. A system that takes our hard-earned dollars and uses them to fund, protect, and cover up the very operations treating our homes with utter disrespect. so sorry you are going through this. Your experience is a painful reflection of many impacted communities. Living under low-flying planes enabled by FAA and US Congress, we once enjoyed a peaceful life among farms and parks, but that was taken from us and without any warning or environmental review. We were blindsided by the sudden shift in flight paths. Despite officials claiming nothing had changed, our quiet nights were replaced by jet engines, literally 1 trillion times louder than the nature we once knew. When we fought back, we met dishonesty, deception, and hateful retaliation. We even discovered heavy metals like lead and arsenic in our home's dust, yet our concerns were dismissed with excuses that didn't even fit the age of our home. Since then, we filed hundreds of thousands of complaints, only to be met with lower, more aggressive, and very violent retaliatory flights to terrorize us. This isn't just noise. It's intimidation and a violation of our constitutional rights. If someone threw toxic dust or horrible noise repetitive on the street, they'd be arrested. Yet aviation is allowed to commit these crimes with total impunity from Congress courts and FAA.
In military and psychological operations, acoustic bombardment is the tactical use of high-decibel, repetitive sound to break a population's will. The primary objective is the forced denial of REM sleep, a practice recognized as torture under international human rights standards due to its link to cognitive collapse, cardiovascular stress, and emotional instability. This method of sonic area denial effectively renders homes uninhabitable through extreme sensory overload.
The FAA and Congress have traded the public's peace for industry profit. Their policies aren't designed to serve citizens. They are blueprints for corporate dominance that treat neighborhoods as mere flyover grit. When every petition is trashed and every plea for quiet is met with silence, the social contract expires. This isn't public service anymore. It's state-sponsored subjugation.
We are not being governed. We are being looted by a corrupt capitalist system that steals the wealth our labor creates and funnels it to the billionaire class and aviation billionaires.
Impacts general aviation and abusive GA mob, low-flying helicopters, small planes, stunt planes, and thrill joyriders impose upon those below are significant, especially noise and fear and stress reactions. Plus, too often, the margin of safety is cut too thin, leading to fatal accidents. Residents get to endure decades of stress and auditory torture, while their properties become increasingly less inhabitable. The airport-related pollutants and the traffic congestion destroy previously idyllic places. Homes become rundown rentals. Commercial blight sets in, including seedy lodging and expansive rental car and parking lots. Businesses catering to air travelers emerge, often with larger crime problems. Nude bars, pawn shops, liquor stores and pot shops, and lots of empty shops abandoned due to the blight. Property values drop, making it that much easier for federal funds to buy even more airport lands. The imbalance of power between the aviation community and the non-aviation community has only worsened. A minority increasingly dominates the majority in a classic inequity. This inequity is wrong. Reforms are long overdue and require action by Congress and FAA. When will they step up and fix this? Protect your environment, protect your children, protect your home, and protect your community. Be the activist who pushes back when FAA and aviation industry cross the line. Thank you for your support.